the most significant phenomenon the planet has received for millennia. We trivialize it, we pollute it. This radiant and, in my opinion, significant phenomenon is trivialized and polluted every moment by the man-made falsehoods. I was there in 1990 when the Duck and Dave scam was launched, and I don't know how many film buffs there are in the room, but those of you who saw Cat on a Hot Tin Roof will remember when Big Daddy comes in and says, "I smell a powerful odour of mendacity." Now, for those not speaking English as a first language, mendacity is lying and untruthfulness. I have to say, I have smelt the powerful odour of mendacity for the past 25 plus years. The entire man-made enterprise is based on falsehood, deception and deceit. And it is staggering how many sensible and discerning grown-ups are swayed by this. And I'm very happy to accept that there might be some man-made stuff, but I'm appalled by how regularly this is brought up. I have to say that very much like my colleague Gary, in Gary's case, he can still walk, and he is very often appalled that when he goes into a field, he's approached by people who say, "Do you think this is real?" I am blessed by having multiple sclerosis. I regard it as a major gift because for the last 16 or so years, I've not been able to go into beautiful crop circles, but I see photos. Instead of that, I can stay at home, whether there are fields or not fields. I can stay at home 52 weeks a year and study them, and draw them, and analyze them, and fragment them, and think about them without being attacked. Now, it seems to me the most powerful tool humanity has is the accuracy of language. The guy, the tribal elder who first decided that it wasn't simply fruit, but that was an apple, and that was a pear, and that was an orange, and that was a banana, started to use the powerful language that we have. And I think we need to use the same discernment to divide up the markings in the fields. Now, number one is what we're all interested in, the crop circle phenomenon. Number two is hoaxes, replicas, forgeries and fakes, all based on deceit. Number three is commissioned work for PR, advertising, etc. And number four is claims. At the moment, crop circles, the phenomenon, is giving us within the UK something less than 30 per year. Number 2 is giving us, in my view, less than 3 a year, and they're all immediately discernible. Number 3 is also probably less than 3 every year. But number 4, it's gargantuan. Number 4 is everything. For 4 or 5 years, I've asked my colleagues 2 questions. Number 1, we live in an absolute turmoil of man-made circles, according to popular view. Okay, what is the best one this year? I have never had an answer. I've never had a single answer to that simple question. What is the best man-made circle? Second question, okay then, name a single crop circle which was not sooner or later by some lout claimed as man-made. And again, I've never had an answer. What does that tell us? What does that tell us as people who are supposed to be serious researchers of what might be the most significant phenomenon the planet has received for millennia? We trivialize it, we pollute it. But, you know, there are so many things in these formations, there's so much depth in them. Next slide. One of the points was that if you took the angle from the entrance point of the field, the extreme left-hand side and the extreme right-hand side were contained precisely by a 36 degree angle, which is the angle productive of the golden ratio. Number 2, the 36 degree line at its centre goes exactly through circle number 22, which is the second number of the master number sequence. Next slide, please. In 94, there were a series of formations called thought bubbles, for obvious reasons. They always grew. They're always on hillsides, and they always grew as they went up the hill. And it occurred to me that Stonehenge, next slide, might obey the same rules. So I got a theodolite, and I found that circles 16 and 17 were at precisely the same elevation. They weren't the highest, well, they were the highest on the hill, but the whole formation itself didn't rise. It rose to the highest point at number 16 and 17, which were also to an inch the same size. 16 plus 17 makes 33, the third number of the series. Next slide. Now, my work has been devoted for a long time to, I think we're being sent a message that the square will be circled. Not the circle will be squared, but the earth will be drawn towards greater spirituality. And the key between the circle and the square is pi. And pi has been signaled to us through the circles for decades. And it's been signaled in several ways. Number 1 is the upper one, which is the arithmetical pi, which goes on for more than million digits. But the one which we use on planet Earth to design car wheels and dinner plates and whatever, circular, cones, spheres, circles, cylinders, is the simple formula 22/7. And you'll see how close these two results are. But obviously, the average engineer in the average office will not be interested in the upper one, with so many digits to work with. Next slide. This formation encoded the purest pi. Next slide. A brilliant analysis of which could be read by following the path from its centre, 3.1415, and etc. And it gives it to us in 10 digits. Now, this is so precise and accurate and inarguable that I would challenge the most concrete-brained scientist to pick a hole in this. It's astonishing. Next. Something miraculous happened in 2000. There was a flood of formations bearing 29, reiterating 29. Here we have a formation with 6 stars of 5 points, which is 30 points. But one of them, you will see, is bent up 29 points. Next slide. Here we have a formation which has 44 points around the outside, but 14 concentric circles. 44/14 is 22/7. Now, how do the circle makers indicate in a field divided by? How can you write divided by in weak? Next slide. This formation had a total of 58 points, 29 on the one lobe and 29 on the other. And I thought, what is going on? And then I looked at the date of this. The year 2000, 22nd of July, 22/7. So what they were sending was 29, throwing it down at us, saying, you work it out, you guys. You sort it out. 29 is saying 22 divided by 7, another pi. Next slide. Oh, there you are. Next slide. And here, in fact, the previous year, we had pi symbol itself. Next slide. Now here is something very important. There are...
This might come as a shock to you.
I said 5. Okay. There are 7 arms of 4 circles, 28, plus 1 in the middle, 29. And the other remarkable thing about this formation is that it achieves a remarkable thing, which the claimants have never been able to achieve, which is a perfectly circular series of walls. And it was beautiful. There were wedges of basket work in between, which were absolutely perfectly matched and accurate.